Good morning, ma. Welcome to Alpha Online Education. Commerce theory part for the second year's English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the sixth chapter, setting up of business. So this is the fourth session of the chapter. In this session, we are going to discuss the remaining things which are necessary for the implementation stage. So step 4, building construction and civil works. So if you are not hiring the building, if you are not taking the land on the lease, in that case you have to go for the civil work, means the construction of the buildings. Okay, after the sanction and disbursement of the first installment of the loan from the financial institution, building construction activities are started. After getting a financial assistance in the form of term loan from the financial institution, the entrepreneur can start the work of constructing a building which is necessary to carry on the business operations. If the pre-built factory shed is obtained from the government, pre-built, the building which has been already pre-built before, means mundugane katti pettindi. Okay, pre-built shed that they are getting from the government, means from the state government, the industrial estates or from the state industrial estates. These activities already completed by taking the possession of the shed. Okay, these activity means in order to occupy that shed will be taken by taking the possession in that shed by the entrepreneur. So if you are getting the shed from the industrial shed from the state government or state industrial estates, in that case there is no need to go for the civil work. If you don't have that facility and you have purchased the land, in such case you have to go for the construction task. If the plot is already acquired, the civil work followed. Before getting the shed only, you have taken some land for the construction purpose, then you can follow the civil work. No need to go for the such type of industrial sheds. Step 5, placement of order and procurement of fixed assets and plant and machinery. See here, the fixed assets means the plant and machinery, furniture, equipment, tools. Those are things which are necessary to carry out the day-to-day activities or day-to-day operations of the firm. Those things are necessary. So the orders are placed within the selected suppliers. The timing of the placing the order are decided on the delivery of the supplier, so that the procurement of the plant and machinery should synchronize with the completion of the building construction. So what is here means, when the building is totally completed, in that case there should not be any kind of time gap between the construction of the building or the completion of the building work and the placement of machinery in the building. So there should not be any gap. When the building is ready for operations of the business, at that time the machinery is also available for manufacturing activities. So the order should be placed in such a way that there should not be any kind of delay. And when you are placing the order, you have to consider one more thing. You have to consider when the supplier is going to deliver, means how many days or how much time the supplier will take in order to deliver that particular plant or machinery or furniture, whatever it may be in the fixed asset. So what is required, if whatever the time that supplier is taking, based on the time and the completion of the building work, based on that, considering these two things, you have to place the order of for fixed assets or for plant and machinery or equipments. Next, step 6, power and water connection. So power and water connection is very important for the manufacturing industries. Without these they can't do any work. Yes, as the application for power and water connection has already been made, the required facilities are the required formalities are completed and water electricity connections are obtained. If you are given application for the electricity and for the water, then if there are given the permission and you have that facility, then you can move on with that. Step 7, procurement of personnel and their training. So here, untrained, unmotivated employees can cause a business to fail just as surely as strong competition or economic downtowns. So if the employees are not trained, if the employees they don't know how to use the machineries which have been placed order, which are going to become within a short duration. Within a short duration, if the supplier is ready to supply those plant and machinery or equipments, whatever it may be, but the persons who are appointed or recruited as the employees of the industry, in that case, if they don't know how to work, they don't have particular training, in that sense you have to send them for training how to use that machinery. If there is certain type of struck or repair arises, in that case also they can have the capability to repair it and use it again. So that type of training should be given to the personnel, means to the employees. If the employee is well trained and well motivated, then they can start the work very effectively and the work operations can be go on very good, so that this industry can be stand as a competition in the economical world. Otherwise it will 100% going to be fail. Step 8, procurement of raw material. So the new entrepreneur will have to ensure timely flow of raw material in anticipation of actual requirement before launching his new product. So before launching the new product, whatever the raw material required in order to launch such a product, they should have to procure that raw material first of all, because if they have given the announcement of launching a new product but they don't have any raw material regarding the particular product, in that sense the image and the goodwill of these enterprise will going to be fall and it will be spoiled. Once the goodwill is spoiled, no one financial institution or banks will come forward to give the loans, means term loans. So whatever the raw material required for the new product, that should have to be placed order immediately when they are decided to start a new product production. Okay, this is about the step. Yes, 9th step, installation and commission of plant and machinery. Now it is installing the plant and machinery. The entrepreneur should formulate a suitable layout which would facilitate the production operation in the best possible manner. If the enterprise is so planned as to produce several products, it is known as a multi-product firm. So what the entrepreneur is going to be launched, which type of product is going to be launched, if he decided, if he make the good plan regarding the launching of that product, then there is no problem. If the entrepreneur is going to launch a number of products, several products into the market, then that frame is considered as a multi-product firm. Then it is known as multi-product firm. Next, step 10, marketing. Marketing is the main important thing in order to achieve the good reputation, goodwill, along with the they can rise the market value of the shares and they can earn the profit if the marketing is good. Okay, in order to get good marketing, good strategic plans are needed. With this good strategy, they can achieve the customers. So they have to motivate the customer regarding the product. They have to bring awareness in the customer about the product. Without awareness, without the motivation, these things will become impossible. So there should be proper motivation, and the motivation should be connected with the objective of the enterprise. Step 11, permanent registration. So after completing these all things, within the 7 days of the receipt of application, if you are applying after all the arrangements are done, the final stage is over, then the product is also ready, you are going to marketing, then in that case you have to apply within after the application of whatever the application you have submitted, after that within the 7 days the district industries officer or the other designated officer inform the party the date and time for inspection of units. So whatever the units you have arranged, whether it is a water, whether it is a power, whether it is a machinery or plant or building, whatever it may be, finance, whatever units that are required, employees, anything. So whatever the units you have totally gathered till up to the step 10, so those all things are get inspected by the one gazetted officer or district industries officer. So if they are satisfied, then ultimately they will issue the permanent registration certificate to the entrepreneur. Step 12, profit generation and repayment of the loan. So after getting the permanent registration, now the entrepreneur should have to generate the profits by giving quality goods and good service to the customer, and also whatever the loans they have raised from the financial assistance, means just like from financial institutions or the banks, so they have to pay those loans to them. So this is about the implementation stage. So let us meet with some other topic in the next session.